Hello, today we'll discuss how to automate our work. We have customers, yes, who are always asking us, for example, please provide us what is VLAN on the following port in the following city on the following switch. And we are logging on the device, providing them VLAN access, voice VLAN, maybe trunk settings. Then they're asking like, please tell me on which port is MAC address. Then we're finding the MAC address on each port, telling them, then they're asking us to change the settings and so on. So it takes a lot of time and it's a little bit boring work, not like creative or something like this. So we decided to automate it. It's currently in progress. We would like to share with you our findings, what kind of automation stuff can be used and so on. But first of all, I'd like to mention that this video was promoted by company Power Free. We provide services, programming services, networking, system services. Also, we are selling equipment if you need something in Russia or outside the Russian Federation. We can help you with it. So, the first thing I want to mention this David Bombal YouTube channel. I found on this YouTube channel information about Telnet, how to use a Telnet, automate by using Python and Telnet, Python MySQL library, Python netmiko library. We prefer netmiko than MySQL. Also, there is such a solutions to SSH automate Ansible and expect. Expect was presented on the previous video. Also, all the codes which would be presented on this video would be attached to the this YouTube video in the description. You will find the link to it. So here we have a database. Yes, we have a TBL test1 database where we have information about what kind of type of device, IP address, login and password. And test2 database where we have only interface name, yes, a row. So our code will log on the device, check what kind of interfaces exist and download it into the database. So let's check it, yes, how it look like. Sorry. So first of all, we will import some libraries, Python libraries like system library, MySQL library, which will give us possibility, which will make easy our coding to connect to the MySQL database. Also netmiko, it's used for SSH connection, and REA, it means regular expressions. It gives us possibility. It makes our programming life easier when we want to parse some information, find necessary part and so on. Also, there is a global variable which called is switch. It's not a library, it's just a global variable. So the syntaxes of the Python is the following: that this is a part of the function. So we define function name, function arguments, and then information of the function. Also, for example, for such if clauses, yes, in C and C++ we have special characters which shows you where the begin if clause, where it stops if clause, and so on. Here we just use a tab to show that this part of the code belongs to the if. For example, this part of the code, it belongs to this if clause, yes, if it will be true. And this part belongs to the else clause, which will be true. This is about syntaxes of Python. Of course, this video is more oriented for guys who a little bit know about programming and how to do it. So here we define the function, but here you see you don't see any tabs, so it means that function is defined until here. And here it starts real code of the Python, like main function from C or C++. Here we create a variable which is called dictionary. Dictionary contains information about access credentials of MySQL database, login, password, IP address of the database, and database name. Then we're trying to connect to it by using MySQL connector connect, yes, function. And as a result, we have some pointer to this connection. Yes, then we're using pointer to have another pointer, which is called cursor. Yeah, and then we are studying the function. Cursor would be used to run some SQL requests. And then we are running function, which is fCustomerList. So let's look at it. Here's this function, yes. So we print information about that function started and so on. Then we open each function, yes. Each modules on Python have their space of view, yes. And we are giving possibility to the space of view variables and know how to say it correctly. That switch is also value switch is also seen on this function. So we are connecting to the database. Yes, we already connected to the database and executing a select request. So it asks device type, IP, login, and password from TBL test 1. As you see, TBL test 1 contains this information: device type, IP, login, password. Device type, IP, login, password. So it will, as a result, we will have in vlines, yes, the variable. It's asked like, hey, please provide me the buffer of the output when you're executing this command. Select, blah blah blah. So vlines will have this buffer of the information. This buffer can be null or can contain some information. Then we're checking, is it null or not? If it's not null, it means that it contains some information. We will execute this part of the code. If it is null, we just execute this part of the code. That we inform you that database doesn't contain any information and we cannot do anything, and we are stopping processing any traffic. Yes. Processing and using CPU to process any algorithms. Yeah. So then we are going and checking line by line the buffer result, and we are putting information about the rest type variables, yes, and put it to the switch variable. Then after putting it to the switch variable, it's not a variable, it's called dictionary. So this variable is called dictionary. So putting this information to the dictionary and start another function. Another function is connecting to the switch by using netmiko library, then executes show IP interface brief. After it also gives this information to vlines, and vlines splits by line output of the show IP interface brief. After we are reading line by line everything, and by using regular expression search, we find lines with the information gigabit Ethernet, fast Ethernet, port channel. If it will have 10 gigabit Ethernet or, for example, Ethernet, we will not process this information. We will just skip it. So then we are split by space, yes. So you have a line. In your line, for example, you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, yes. For example, A belongs to, yeah. Then we A split, yeah. B equal to A split. So then B 0 would be A, B, C. B 1 would be D, E, F. Something like this, yes. So we are doing it. So we are splitting by the space, yes, and then we are checking, like, because you will have like many different rows, yes, logical rows, and we're checking if the row 5 contains administratively. If yes, so it means that it's 2 words should be connected with 1 word. Administratively down should become 1 word, yes. And here we can concatenate the 4 and 6, the 5th and 6th row, yes, and it would be administratively down. The first row would be interface name, then the protocol would be 7th row, and then we're printing it. If it doesn't contain administratively, so it means that it's a classical situation. So interface name the first one, interface status the fifth one, interface protocol it should be sixth one, and then we're printing. After that we are also making SQL request, but we are inserting interface name value to the interface name row in TBL test2 that table, and then we commit this change. Don't forget to commit it. So now let's try and execute this code, okay? But before executing, I want to tell you that Python, it pre-compiles your file and sometimes stores the compiled file cache just to, I don't know, make it faster, to skip this stuff and so on. So my suggestion to first of all delete the pre-compiled file, PYC with extension, and then compile. Why? Because if you will use a pre-compiled file, it means just a second. It means that it will not check your changes. For example, you are programming in Python, you've made like 100 lines new code, and you're executing compilation, and it will not check. It will not compile. You change it by your file. It will just use pre-compiled file, which is in the cache, yes, and it doesn't care. Have you done any changes, configuration changes, and not programming changes, code, and so on. That's why first of all I'm removing these files and then I'm executing compilation. But anyway, this is about another program. About our program, it would be Python 456.py. So let's run it. It will connect to the database, take from the database access credentials, and then it will put it will connect to the Cisco device and get information from Cisco device. Show IP interface is brief. So here we have it's printed as you see, administratively down, interface name, and so on. And also we will see it in our TBL test2. One more time we are clicking and we have it here in our MySQL database. So it means that you, by using Python, by using some libraries like netmiko, you can automate some your daily working stuff. For example, to change configurations on many devices, or provide information to some your colleagues which are always disturbing you. Yes, and you will save your time. You will spend more time with your family and with your friends and so on. Also, would like to show you our code, which we are now in. It's in progress. Yes. Also, just a second. Sorry. So we will run my script, yes, which collects much more information about interface configuration, MAC address, interface status, and so on, and puts to the database. Also, from database, you can get this information by website, or you can get this information by using GUI graphical user interface. So here would be presented this information. Let's run it. So it connects to the database, it gets from database IP address, login and password of the device, then it connects to the device and runs some comments and collects the data. And you will see that it's step by step puts this information to the database. Here we have like a device, a customer name, device, interface, status, protocol, status, yes, configuration. It takes MAC address only from access ports, but it's possible also to get it from trunk port. It's not an issue. Here MAC address, yes, it's VLAN 77. Also want to tell, like in Cisco devices, we can do the following. You can put the information about where the device is located, and we're putting this information where the device is located, and then we can put it into the database also. So here we see that by using this CLI commands, we put information about room number, country, I don't know, city, state, and etc, etc, etc. I hope this video was informative. Yes, it showed you how to connect to the SQL. It was pretty clear how to get information from by SSH protocol, how to put information to the MySQL database. If you like it, please press like, share the video, share the knowledge with your colleagues. Use this automation stuff. Yes, automate your daily work, like, I don't know, VLAN changing. Don't do it by yourself. Ask first line of support to do it. If you want, we can program for you by ourselves. Yes, just write our mailbox. Also, we are replying to our mails, which we are receiving on mailbox, and consult people just for free. We are open it for some subjects. If you can suggest us, like, hey guys, please tell me how to do the following, and we can make a video about it. But not like, I know, some easy stuff like, hey, please tell me how spanning tree protocol is working. Yeah. There are a lot of YouTube videos about it. We are a company which are interested in making some videos, not usual videos. Yes, this one may be also usual, but it's a combination of the MySQL and Python and netmiko. So I don't think that there are a lot of such videos on YouTube. I also want to tell that you can check his channel. He is telling about Paramiko. We didn't like it, Telnet. Also there is Ansible. Also there is Expect, which was discussed in the previous video. The code of which was used here, yes, would be attached in the description soon. So see you on next videos. Hope it was informative. Thank you. Bye.